What is going on, everybody? This is James Krishnarik here, live with another edition of Real Steel Sports on Spreaker Web Radio. I'll be breaking down both conference championship games from yesterday, tonight. First off, I'm going to be talking about the game between the Patriots and the Colts, and then I'm going to wrap up by talking about the Packers and the Seahawks. The one thing that I think we can all agree on is by halftime, that pony was pretty much ready for the glue factory. That game was over because the Patriots just, I don't know how they do it. Year in to year out, the names change and people just come and go, and there's never really roster stability. And yet all they do is win AFC East titles and go to the AFC title game and now to another Super Bowl. They are just so good at they don't put a Band-Aid on their problems, they put duct tape on them pretty much. Belichick, for what it's worth, is proving to be the best coach in modern football. I would have to say pretty much since, let's say, the start of the 2000s, I'd probably have to say since the start of the new millennium, the best coach has been Bill Belichick. And I know coaches like Mike Tomlin have 2 Super Bowls. I know the Steelers have won 2 Super Bowls in that time period. But if you look at it, what Belichick's done has just been unprecedented in the annals of NFL history. I know Spygate and now Deflategate might be one thing, but I have a quick and easy answer to Deflategate. And that is, even if you do dock every single throw or anything that the Patriots may have made, it didn't really matter because Andrew Luck still overthrew his receivers, Andrew Luck still made dumb decisions, and LeGarrette Blount beat the Colts by himself. Game over. In this game, what I thought that the Colts would do a lot of is I thought they would try to take advantage and use quicker routes. I thought they would try to use more shorter underneath routes to try to use the fact that T.Y. Hilton, Reggie Wayne, Zach Moncrief, I think that's his name, and Kobe Fleener are really good at getting yards after the catch. The fact that they didn't stick with the running game after halftime kind of bothered me because they were getting 5 yards a carry in the first half. I think it was Heron had 30 yards on 6 carries in the first half. Why not stick with that? It was working. But on offense, Andrew Luck did not play a good game. He was just god-awful. If you look at the numbers in the game, it pretty much tells you everything you need to know about the game. And again, the one stat that I always allude to that usually can tell who won or lost a football game, one of the big ones is third down conversions. Because just look at the difference between the Patriots and the Colts in this game. It's not even close. On third down in this game, the Indianapolis Colts were 3 of 11. The Patriots were 12 of 18. Well, 12 of 18 on third down, that's incredible. Just look at the numbers. The Patriots outrushed the Colts by more than a 2-1 margin. They outthrew them by 100 different yards. Fewer turnovers. Time of possession, they dominated 37 minutes and 49 seconds to 22 minutes 11 seconds. The game was won and lost in the trenches. It was. The Patriots' offensive line destroyed the Colts up front, and LeGarrette Blount with a game for the ages. 148 yards on 30 carries and 3 touchdowns. Let's put it this way. If he scores a big touchdown in the Super Bowl and they win it, he'll never have to buy a drink in Foxborough ever again. Regardless of where he does play. But for the Colts, their game plan was so shaky and so sketchy. It really was. They were clueless really in this game. I think what it boiled down to was they were happy to be in this game. They really were from the get-go. I think that they were just happy to be in the AFC Championship game, and we're so excited about the fact that hey, we're here. We beat Peyton Manning. We're getting a chance to take on Tom Brady. They got caught up in the hoopla of who they were playing with, and Brady went out and destroyed them. Just look at the way that the game transpired. They started off strong, the Patriots did. They got early touchdown, 2 touchdowns. Then, again, the Colts scored a touchdown, and from the rest of the game on, the Patriots outscored them 31-0. What does that tell you? The Colts were destroyed in the trenches on both offense and defense. Andrew Luck had nowhere to run. I know he didn't get sacked, but he got hit a lot. His receivers, they just never made the adjustments. They did the same thing in the second half that they did in the first half. They tried to beat the receivers with intermediate to deeper routes. They tried to beat their corners because they thought they could. And again, you cannot beat the Patriots by trying to throw it intermediate long down the field. You have to take what the defense gives you and chew them up. You don't just take one big bite and expect that to work. You need to chew up the Patriots to beat them. Like, you look at the teams over the last few years that have beaten the Patriots that feature pretty good passing offenses, like the AFC title game last year. Peyton Manning didn't throw a lot of deep passes against the Colts, against the Patriots. A lot of short intermediate passes that allowed his receivers to go yards after the catch, and it worked. I mean, look at the games that they lost this year, and, excluding the Bills game. I think the game that everyone's going to think about was the Miami Dolphin game. The Dolphins and the Chiefs just blew them off the line of scrimmage and ran the ball down their throat. The Colts have, in my opinion, as good enough running backs as Miami, not as good as Kansas City because they got Jamal Charles. They could have easily picked up more yardage rushing if they actually tried. If they didn't give up the running game, that wouldn't have been a problem. The other teams that gave them close games, like, look at the Jets. Ran the football. They didn't give up commitment. When you stop running the football against the Patriots, you're setting yourself up for failure because you're basically being one-dimensional and they can key on your weaknesses. The Patriots only needed to play nickel in the second half because they knew that they played nickel. The way the Colts were trying to beat them, it wouldn't make a difference. They set Luck up for some bad throws. And then the interception was the result. Now, if you look what the Patriots did on offense versus the Colts defense, the Patriots came out in their standard New England package. Hurried up the line of scrimmage, took very little time between plays, quicker, like long drives that, 5.5 minutes, but just chewing up the clock and in the second half, just destroying the Colts up front. But in that first half, you look at the touchdown drives that they had. You had the first LeGarrette Blount touchdown. You had the Devlin touchdown catch. And then the second half, the Tom Brady drive, the Tom Brady and the Nate Soldier. Again, the Patriots are just so quick. And everyone talks about how quick the Eagles run plays, or the Redskins, or even the Steelers this year running plays at a quicker pace. Nobody in this league is able to run plays at a quicker rate than the Patriots. I know the Eagles may do it statistically in terms of time, but if you look at the way that the Patriots continuously do it drive after drive, the Eagles are not even close. The Patriots just chewed them up. They spat them right back out. I said going into this game the Patriots would probably win by a touchdown, but I did not expect them to go out there and beat them by 38 points. I was dumbfounded because what I thought was that the Colts may have turned an emotional corner and maybe this win over Manning might give them extra incentive to go out there and play well against New England. But let's put it this way. It really didn't matter in this game. Brady, even though he threw the pick to DeQuell Jackson, which was just a great play by him, again, look at his numbers. 23 of 35, 226 yards, 3 touchdowns, a pick. No pass longer than 30 yards. They did not have a play in this game longer than 30 yards. Every single thing was quick. 9, 10 yards, get the next play. 10, 11, 12 yards, get the next play. Occasional long pass, 23, 24 yards, get up there, run the ball, next play. The Patriots defeated the Colts by using a completely different game plan than what they did against the Ravens. Against the Ravens, they threw it willy-nilly because they knew they had to. Against the Colts, again, they knew that they could run the football on them, and it showed. Overall, though, the 3 big reasons why the Patriots won this game was this. They came out in a defensive package that, combined with Indianapolis' terrible offensive game plan of throwing intermediate to deep, blew up in the face of the Colts. They were able to take advantage of that. They were able to take advantage of the fact that they had one of the better running games in the league with LeGarrette Blount, who I know is just a sign-on, but still, think about it. Getting him from Pittsburgh in the middle of the season was huge for them. And Tom Brady. Tom Brady rebounded from playing horrible in the last 2 AFC title games to playing extremely well in this one. If you look at Brady's numbers, if I can bring them up here real quick. From the previous 2 AFC Championship games prior to this one, the one against the Ravens and the one against the Broncos, he completed a combined 53 passes. He completed 53 of 92 passes for 597 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. He was terrible. He was awful. Ravens blew him out. The Broncos game was closer than it looks closer than it was. Brady playing better was the number one reason why the Patriots won this game and are in their 8th Super Bowl. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be taking a quick intermission. When I do come back, I will talk about the NFC epic between the Packers and the Seahawks.